Well, I think one of the most important consideration in trying to understand current North Korea policy is to understand the fact that the current leader, Kim Jong-un, has only been in power for 2 years. He's in his late 20s, and he's had actually very little training before he actually came to power, to inherit the power from his father, who had inherited the power from his father. So this is the third generation in a row that is in power. Now, I think North Korean system has become so closed and so self-reflexive that it can only be a person from that family who can hold power. So in a sense, there's no alternative to Kim Jong-un at the moment. However, of course, when you are only 28 or 29 years old, no matter how illustrious your pedigree is, you need some help in trying to consolidate your power, and that takes time. And most importantly, you need to prove to the people around you, no matter how ready they are to support you anyways, that you are worthy of the leadership. So there are certain things you need to prove to be a leader. So I think what we have seen over the past couple of years since he assumed office is him trying to consolidate power, or those around him who want to see him in power help him consolidate that power. So first what he did was he conducted a multi-stage missile launch, which, by the way, was successful. And this was the first time after decades of North Koreans trying that they were actually successful in launching a multi-stage rocket. Secondly, he conducted a third nuclear test. It was the first nuclear test he did under his watch, but it was also considered to be the first time that the North Koreans were quote-unquote successful. So what all this means is that Kim Jong-un has basically assumed power and basically completed these great projects such as the long-range missiles and such as the nuclear weapons that his grandfather had started to develop. His father had also inherited, but it was only under his watch that they had finally succeeded. So this has become a great source of legitimacy for him in the eyes of the North Koreans, or at least that's the way I think Kim Jong-un sees himself. In addition, some of the provocations that he undertook recently, of course, is a way to show the people and people who support him how tough he could be, that he is not a pushover, he's not a young, weak leader, but a very tough one, very much in the mold of his father and his grandfather. So I think many of the provocations, many of these weapons of mass destruction experiments were part of an effort to shore up this new and fledgling power base of his. I think he has come he has acquired some sense of security and self-assurance, and I think that is now where he's finally listening to some of the advice that the Chinese are giving him, and has begun to make overtures towards South Korea for engagement and perhaps rapprochement.